What is up, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Element, and for today's video, I've got a little bit of bad news for you. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but if you subscribe to my channel, wanting to watch Call of Duty Ghost videos, I'm sorry, but that is fortunately coming to an end. This is going to be the last one for a while, at least. I think it's time to put Call of Duty Ghosts away and not play it anymore. And it's gotten to that point where the frustration of playing this game is just no longer worth it. And, it took me a really long time. I know a lot of people quit way sooner than I did. And I gave it a chance. I gave it a real solid, college try to enjoy the game. But it's just gotten to that point where the frustration level of playing this game isn't worth it anymore. It's just not worth it anymore. And, when the game first launched, I mean, if you go back and you watch my older Ghost videos, I was loving the game. I praised it. I thought it was good. And then, a week or two goes by and all the problems just start to suffocate you in this game. And so I had a real love-hate relationship with this over the course of the last few months. At first I loved it, and then I hated it, and then I picked it back up again and I loved it again, and now I'm getting to the point again where I'm starting to go down to hating it once more. So the frustration is just not worth it, and I decided it's just time to, this roller coaster of love hate, it's time to get off that roller coaster. And it's been a long time coming. I know a lot of people quit this game way sooner than I did. It's not that it's a bad game. It's just that I don't know what it is. There's just not a fun factor in it. There's not a sense of accomplishment factor in it. There's so many things that I wish were different. But I think the reason that I played it for as long as I did was just the hit detection. I gave it a pass because I enjoyed being able to kill people really fast in this game with the weapons and being able to get multiple guys. But it's just getting to the point where it's just so frustrating. And there are things in the game that, I wish were different, that maybe would make it a little bit more enjoyable. I mean, the spawns in this game are just so terrible. I mean, one of my favorite maps in the game is Freight, but I can't play that map because the spawns are just so atrocious. You will literally spawn in a Domination game right in front of people, and it's just sad that that's the way it is, but that's the way it is. And I know Call of Duty spawns have never been great, they've never been really good, but there's got to be something that's better than this. I mean, I don't recall having these issues in past Call of Duties. Maybe Modern Warfare 3 to an extent, but the spawns in this game are just terrible. And there's a lot of other things that I just have little pet peeves about Call of Duty Ghosts, like the operations. What was wrong with the challenge system that we had in previous games? I know they're trying to change things and update, give it new looks or whatever, but when you have a majority of the operations of the game inactive at any given time, that's kind of stupid because I have to pick and choose, what I want to get as far as operations go. And, the XP that you get for these is not that exciting. I mean, I know they upped it after one of the updates a month ago, so you get more XP for completing operations, but, some of them are just, it's just such a grind, like 970 kills with a flash suppressor. Yeah, no thanks. Even though I did that one, but still, no thanks. And, I don't know, this is the operations weren't even worth it. The patches, I didn't think they were that great. The backgrounds are really bad. There's only so many to pick from, and it's not even really worth it to go for backgrounds because how often do you really look at those, or how often do other people look at those? So I thought, the thing that we got away from, which was titles and emblems, I think I was just so used to that I really have trouble accepting this new background and patch thing. It could be okay, but it wasn't really that exciting in this game. The other things that I don't like is, how this whole customize your character nonsense that they've come up with for this game. I mean, again, how often do you look at that? How often do you even remember what it is that you're wearing? I mean, unless maybe you got something from Clan Wars, or, you paid for the DLC, which I'm going to get to that in a minute. But, character customization, I think they should have just not did. There's no point to it. You hardly ever see it. You hardly ever notice it. So it's really a waste of space in my opinion. And getting to the DLC real quick, I mean, you guys are watching a gameplay of Domination. I think this map's called Containment, using the Maverick. I'm using the Maverick with a 3-round burst, if you didn't notice already, which I don't recommend doing if you're still playing this game. Don't do that. It's a horrible attachment for this gun, but I made it work. And yeah, the DLC it's good DLC. These maps are good, but the problem is that you have to go to the DLC playlist to play the new maps because they're not in the rotation, so nobody's playing the DLC playlist, so you get really bad connections, you have hard times finding games. You know, 6v6 playlist shouldn't start with just 8 players, you know, 4 on each team. That's kind of ridiculous, and it even does that in standard game mode, so you know, it's kind of a bummer that these maps are so good and that we paid for them, but you can't really play them unless you just want to go through a couple hours of frustration, which I don't want to do that anymore. And I understand why they kept them separate, because if they put them in the regular playlist, that's going to split the already small player base that we have for this game. I mean, this game is spread over 4 different consoles: PS3, PS4, 360, Xbox One. I know they're on PC and Wii U, but there's like 5 people that play on those for this game, so I don't count them. But, you know, the game, the player base is really split. It's really divided this year because we're on so many consoles. And then, you know, you split it up again between people that did and did not buy DLC, and then you're just asking for trouble. So I understand why they did it that way, but at the same time it hurts because it's really hard to play the new maps. I don't want to play Team Deathmatch and Kill Confirmed, so I would rather play objective game modes like Domination, but there's hardly anybody in that playlist at any given time, so I can't do that. And then, you know, there's hardly anybody playing the game at all, so you're playing a lot of the same people, you're getting a lot of the same connections, you're getting a lot of the same bad teammates, and it's just, it's frustrating. It's gotten to the point where it's just time to call it quits. There's nothing redeeming about the game. I thought maybe I could just go to 10th Prestige and just be like, hey, I maxed out on Prestige, you know, that's fine. But I'm just about done with 7 Prestige, and then I realized, you know, I got to spend 400 squad points to unlock the next one, and then 500 squad points to unlock the last one. Soldiers, I mean. And I was like, you know what? I don't think so. I mean, the prestiging in this game is not good. It should have just stuck with the way it was. The weapon camos in this game are not good. It looks like they didn't even try with some of them. And I thought the DLC camos would be nice. I bought the Space Cat camo because I was like, oh, that's funny. That's my kind of camo. I dig that. But it looks terrible on most of the guns. You can't even really tell what it is. And speaking of the weapons, you know, this game's dominated by assault rifles. You know, marksman rifles are okay. Sniper rifles, I'm not a sniper, but people seem to be able to use them just fine. Submachine guns and shotguns got no love. I don't like any of the pistols. I don't like any of the launchers. Yeah, so it got really, I got every assault rifle in this game gold, and I'm not going to do that for any other weapon set because the challenges to unlock camos in this game are just so annoying. What was so wrong with getting X number of headshots? I mean, I know that leads to boosting, but still, I mean, for most people, I still got a sense of accomplishment out of that, So yeah, the camos, the maps, the weapons, it's getting boring using assault rifles all the time. It's really hard to use an SMG. I mean, I've tried some of them, but only like 2 of them are good. The Vector, the Vepr, and the MTAR, which isn't really an SMG. It thinks it's an assault rifle. The shotguns are not good. It's hard to use them. It's fun to use them, but it's really hard to use those because of the map design. The LMGs, not really that fun to use. The camping in this game is getting really bad. As the player base dwindles, it's only going to get worse. So, yeah, I think that it's time to call it quits for Call of Duty Ghosts. Those are my reasons. I'm going to take some advice from some other people that I've watched on YouTube. If I don't like it, I shouldn't play it, and that's what I'm going to do. So, you know, let me know in the comment section or on Twitter if you even bother to watch this far into the video. You know, what would you like to see me play? I'm going to go back to some old Call of Duties and try those. And I'm going to do some more Let's Plays, finish up Silent Hill 3, maybe do Far Cry 3. You know, there's a bunch of other games I could be playing instead of this, so, you know, I guess we'll see you in November for Sledgehammer's title, if I even buy it. I don't know. I might wait until Treyarch comes out, so thank you guys very much for watching. Have a good day, and if you're still playing Call of Duty Ghosts, more power to you, because I just can't do it anymore. So thank you for watching, and peace out.